So this is Greg Anderson Elise, currently at Khemfest right now. I'm the writer-creator of It's Not the Weird Spider. It's a coming-of-age horror fantasy story about the son of Anansi working with his father to stop these creatures from causing chaos. And it's implementing a lot of African mythology, Caribbean folktales, African-American stories, just to showcase we have our own gods and heroes that we can also draw stories from. And you are watching the Bitten Apple TV.
This is Cadma here from Bitten Apple TV here at Khemfest, and I am here with Andre. You said Andre Betts, right? Oh my God, he's not family. I know my cousins who are watching are like, wait a minute. He said it's spelled with an A this time. Don't worry, guys. Oh my God, tell me about these beautiful comics. Queen Nubia, I'm and Dreadlocks. What is going on? Blackwatch? I am nosy.
Queen Nubia. I just released this recently. She's part of my Blackwatch group, which is my flagship super group. They're more like an Avengers type group, but black. We have the Dreadlocks is my flagship character, of course. I've been doing him the longest since maybe '95. Now these are my first full-color books of Dreadlocks, and you know he's just superpower being. You know, he's more powerful than Superman, more powerful than Thor. All of them put together. Doctor Strange.
So tell me, what is the backstory behind them? Like, were they just born heroes? Did they become heroes because something tragic happened to them?
Well, Queen Nubia was born a hero, whereas Dreadlocks, he wasn't really born a hero. He was sacrificed to the gods of Kemet, and they ended up taking his soul and turning it into a spirit and breathed life into him and made him a physical being, and they created him into a superhero as opposed to him just being born that way.
It sounds like a really bad day. Like, everyone thinks you had a bad day at work and he gets sacrificed to the gods. I mean, it kind of works out in the end, but like nonetheless, like that sounds like a bad day. You're like, man, what happened to you? I was sacrificed today, man. How about you? Like, oh, okay.
Keep in mind, he was stillborn, so he wouldn't have known if it was a bad day or not, unless his energy was looking at him prior to him being born.
Oh my God, no, that's very intense and very deep. I like that because that's not something you would normally hear in your comic books, and I like how real that is. Now, what I want to know is for your lead protagonist, tell me more about the antagonist for Queen Nubia as well as for Dreadlocks.
Well, we have several antagonists. Dreadlocks, he has a universe of antagonists. Him and Queen Nubia, both their antagonists kind of cross realms from one another. Like I have the Serpentis character, which is a character that's venomous. She can bring, you know, the dead to life, and we have Bloodstone, we have Sir Madness, we have Tamu, we have several antagonists. There's no set particular antagonist except for Set Typhon, which is the one that brings all these beings into their universe.
And now, what was the creation behind these villains? I mean, because I write myself, so sometimes you kind of take it from something that you've seen or read, or sometimes the people you know. Like, it's just like it becomes like a blur when as a creator.
Right. Well, in my case, my antagonist stems from the other side of a human, meaning, like, say for instance, we have two natures about ourselves. We have the lower nature, we have the higher nature. So that same nature that's within the villain is also, you know, the good is in him as well. Just like with the good guy, he has a lower nature that can always come out at times. So what I do is I create my villains to be based on lower nature only until they're able to raise themselves up to that higher level. They may become like good all the time, but I doubt that because we're dual-natured individuals.
I like the fact that you're incorporating the contrast of the fact that the villains do have an opportunity in their lives to actually improve themselves, which, in a sense, like, I guess if you are quote-unquote a villain yourself, that doesn't mean you can't improve. If something bad happens to you, did something bad, that doesn't mean you can't do better in life. So I like the fact that you have that strong message in there. It's never the lead character. Who's your favorite character? There's always like some side guy at a coffee shop. Like, who's your favorite character who speaks to you?
Dreadlocks.
Really, the lead character? Oh my God, you were the first creator to tell me that like your favorite character is the lead character. Someone always picks like someone from the bookstore, like a side character, and I'm like, okay. Now, also what I want to know is in regards to Dreadlocks and Queen Nubia, what is the protagonist like hardest tribulation that they sort of have to go through, like that internal struggle?
Well, Dreadlocks, his internal struggle is basically learning who he is or whatever, because he's fairly new to being a superhero, and he's in the Earth realm or whatever, and he doesn't really know much about how to interact with people. He does and he doesn't. He's like I've never even seen people before. How do I supposed to react? But there's two people that helps him out a lot, and he's learning more through them. All he knows is to battle for the most part. Whereas Queen Nubia, hers is more about the male energy. You know, the male energy seems to bring her down a lot, and she has to understand that she has to know how to deal with males.
Is this a book about my life? Hold on.
No, about the average female.
I think this is absolutely, and I have to ask, is Queen Nubia like based on any particular female that inspired you, like maybe a mom, a sister, a friend, or just like a collaboration of all of them?
Well, actually, Queen Nubia was inspired by all the women that are in my life, as far as my mother, grandmother, wife, my friends, cousins. All of them, there's certain aspects of them that's within this character, Queen Nubia.
So I do have to ask, is Queen Nubia a little sassy?
Yeah, a little.
We can't help ourselves. We can't help ourselves. Now, in regards to like how they have the Black Watch, how you have the Black Watch written, what would you say, I guess, is their biggest adventure or event that they have to sort of like deal with in regards to helping others?
Well, right now they're dealing with the character that I call Fifth Dimension. He basically can zap different characters into other dimensions, into a different reality. He's more powerful than most of the characters of the Earth.
That's messed up. Like you, zap, gone. Like, oh my God. Because I know if I had that power. Like,
well, he plays around with them initially where they think they're actually, doing their thing, battling, but then he lets them know that, you're in my realm, basically. You don't have any power here. So basically they have to learn to deal with him, but they're really not going to deal with him because the master teacher is going to come and deal with him, because he's the reason why this character, Fifth Dimension, is in the area where he is anyway. The reason why he's in his own dimension right now.
Oh, he getting in trouble. See, I do kung fu, so when I see Sifu, I'm like, uh-oh. Like I know those rules. I think what you have here is absolutely beautiful, and I think it's good to have like such a strong, powerful presence, especially amongst the Black community and Black culture. So there's, so people can see that there's more out there. And I see that it's very Egyptian based, which I think is absolutely beautiful. You wouldn't know this by looking at me, but I actually have the Ankh and the Eye of Horus like on my shoulder. The theory behind it was just so I can have someone literally watch over my behind. I was like, there we go. So what from Egyptian culture or mythology would you say that you've adopted, in particular, writing into your books?
Well, basically everything. When you go into the primordial, the goddess or whatever, and when Ra came into existence, or Amen, whichever name you choose to use, it's kind of like the story of Dreadlocks, how he came into existence, the wane of the soul or whatever. Basically, that's one of the things he had to go through. He had to get his spirit weighed, his soul was weighed against the feather of Ma'at. So that's the main thing that I've taken from the Kemetic culture, is the weighing of the soul of Ma'at. Learning how to do right and learning not to do wrong and how not to violate. These are the laws that he learned. And Ma'at is the key component to Kemetic mythology.
Oh my God. I like the fact that your books are not only fun, but they also seem very educational, because not everyone explores mythology, and I love mythology. Just as a dorky question, who's your favorite god or goddess?
Ra, of course.
I knew it. I was like, he's talking about it. I'm like way too happy. He's like, that's my main dude. Now, for those who are like, obviously they want to get into the books, they want to learn more about Dreadlocks, they want to see how messed up his story is, they want to see Fifth Dimension throw some people away so they can do it themselves, or those who want to rock with Queen Nubia. Where can they come find your books? Where can they find you and keep up with the latest?
Well, they can go to urbanstylecomics.com. Once again, that's urbanstylecomics.com, or they can find me on Facebook, Urban Style Comics, and you can Google my name, Andre Batts, and it can tell you everything you need to know, and it direct you to everything related to myself as well as my books.
Honey, keep up the amazing work. I really love how this is all created. I really like the fact that it's such a positive, strong image. People forget that Black people come in all different flavors, from Africa down to South America, India. Like, we're all over the place. We're not just like in one place. And I like the fact that you have such a beautiful concept, and and you're really building up a beautiful image that every darkie, that's right, all of us, I don't care what brown, how dark, whatever, all of us have positive images for. Thank you so much for your beautiful time, and keep up the amazing work.
All right, thank you.
Bye.